Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a startling truth about financial markets, something that might just flip your understanding of expertise on its head.
Yeah, it's pretty striking.
Did you know that somewhere between 74% and, get this, 89% of retail traders consistently lose money?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this one study, I think Brazil, it found 97% of persistent day traders lost money over 300 days. I mean, those numbers, that's not just bad luck, is it?
No, you're absolutely right. It's not random. These figures really point towards, well, a systemic failure.
A failure? How so?
It suggests the path for, novice traders isn't really an entry into a high-stakes profession. It's much more like a perilous gamble, almost by design sometimes.
Right. So imagine a world where aspiring traders don't just, roll the dice, but genuinely build expertise.
Yeah.
That's the transformation we're sort of exploring today in this deep dive.
Exactly.
We're looking for inspiration and maybe a surprise in place, but one that actually makes a lot of sense. The field that truly masters cultivating experts for really complex, high-risk environments medicine.
Right, the medical training model.
Yeah. We'll unpack why the current system seems so broken and how that medical model could give us a blueprint for building genuine skill.
Well, what's really illuminating, I think, is just how chaotic the current landscape is for someone starting out.
Chaotic how?
They're often just left in this self-taught maze, piecing things together from maybe unregulated online courses, YouTube videos.
No.
And a lot of these resources are pretty superficial, or even worse, they're just sales funnels designed to sell you other expensive stuff. It's an ecosystem just filled with misinformation.
And that just sets them up for failure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Our sources really highlight this illusion of skill thing.
Yeah.
You practice on a simulator, you feel like you've got it, then bam, no money hits the table.
And all the emotional pressure that was missing it floods in.
Right. It devastates you. We're
Yeah.
talking about things like revenge trading after a loss, trying to win it back immediately.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Or that fear of missing out, FOMO, on some big market move. This isn't just about not knowing enough. It feels like an engineered psychological trap.
Absolutely. And that trap, that abyss, it isn't just a side effect. It's a direct symptom of an educational approach that's just fundamentally misaligned with how you build real high-stakes skill.
So things like cognitive biases.
Exactly. Overconfidence, loss aversion. Behavioral finance tells us these are deeply ingrained, right? And they just run rampant without professional guidance. For an isolated trader, a mistake often means losing capital and, maybe worse, a terminal blow to their confidence.
Okay, so how do we build that better way? This is where the medical model comes in as our blueprint.
Right.
Think about how a doctor learns. It starts with that deep sort of didactic foundation, right? The classroom years.
Mm-hmm. Mastering the basics, anatomy, physiology.
Exactly. So for trading, that would be like a preclinical phase.
Yeah.
Rigorous study of things like macroeconomics, the big picture stuff.
Understanding the whole economy, yeah.
Market microstructure, how markets actually work underneath. Quantitative methods, so data analysis, fundamental and technical analysis, obviously. And crucially, trading psychology and risk management theory.
Mm-hmm.
You build this solid scientific bedrock first.
That's the core. Then, the big question is, how do you actually apply that knowledge practically?
Right.
In medicine, you have clinical rotations. So for traders, imagine a series of mandatory and elective rotations through different trading disciplines.
So like specializing?
Kind of. Imagine spending time focused just on equity analysis, or really getting the nuances of forex, or maybe diving into option strategies, or even practicing discretionary short-term trading, making those quick calls based on market feel.
So you'd get mentored practice, starting maybe with advanced simulators that really mimic real-world friction.
Yes, that's key.
Then gradually moving to small, live-funded accounts. And the goal isn't just instant profit, right? It's about mastering a process.
Exactly. Process over outcome, initially.
And just like a med student finds their specialty, these rotations would help you find your unique trader market fit.
Precisely. This allows for a true specialist to emerge. Maybe you become a quant analyst building algorithms. Or perhaps a global macro strategist trading big economic trends. Or maybe you're that intuitive, discretionary trader who just excels at reading the market in real time.
So you discover which niche really clicks with your own abilities and, well, your personality too.
Right. And that structured journey, it transforms your identity. You shift from feeling like a gambler to seeing yourself as a specialist.
That's a huge shift.
It fundamentally changes how you view mistakes. They become learning opportunities, data points, not these terminal events that wipe you out.
Hmm.
It creates a safe-to-fail environment that's just desperately missing right now.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. The incredibly high failure rate we see in trading,
Hmm.
it isn't inevitable. It seems to be a direct result of a pretty broken educational model.
Yeah, that seems clear.
And the medical model offers this structured path towards genuine skill, starting with that foundational knowledge, moving to mentored iterative practice, and ultimately finding that unique trader market fit.
Exactly. And maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Consider how understanding this shift, this move from a gambler identity to a specialist one where mistakes are just reframed as learning, how that could fundamentally change your approach to any complex, high-stakes skill you want to master. I mean, what field in your own life could maybe benefit from a kind of rotational model for learning? Something to think about.